Alright everyone, how's it going? And welcome back to the Rise to the Cup. Last episode we went through a couple of different trading methods that you can use for any real budget really. And it's quite effective, so if you missed that one, go check it out. I'll leave a link in the description, you can go see it there. But yeah, we'll just hop into today's episode where we're starting off here, completing the first few parts of the League of Nations Hybrid SBC section. It's the first part, the second part, and the third part. You can see me going through all the prices and stuff there. Relatively cheap, nothing too expensive, but the last section of it just was slightly outside my budget. So I just went ahead and completed the first three parts anyway. And yeah, we'll get into the packs now. The first one, the Premium Gold Players pack. We actually get boards in this one, and it ends up being, as you can see, Stefan de Vrij. So not too bad. I could keep him, have a nice sort of first owner Serie A player to add to my team. But 4 or 5k, we may as well grab it at this point. We'll probably pack him again with rewards and stuff. But then into the next pack, which is a rare Mixed Players pack. Again, we got boards. This time, we do get a walkout, but it is Wojciech Szczesny. Still a walkout though, still decent coins to bring in there. And again, we are going to send up the trade pile and sell them on for hopefully a decent amount of coins. Going for around 10-15k, around there. The rest of it just store. And the final pack from this small little batch. Again, it's a Serie A player. Piemonte Calcio, Sami Khedira. Another couple of K coins we'll get in there. But as you can see also in the pack, João Felix is there. And this is back at the point where I was going for about 10, 15, 20k-ish. So that's a very nice person to pack. And yeah, because he's low rated, we're probably going to pack him again as price, as he has already, is dropped dramatically. So of course we're selling him on. But yeah, that leaves us with just the last part to do. And after some stuff sold, which you'll see in a second, we did put together the team. Going through the prices here. A couple of high rated players now that obviously did cost us a little bit. A rare mega pack and 13k extra from completing that group, along with that kit. But yeah, we do check the trade pile here and look at that. The 5 players that I did send up to sell have sold on. Now that coin boost, we're sitting at just under 40k now. So then we go ahead and open the pack. Again, we get boards. It's a Brazilian centre back, Atletico Madrid. It's Felipe. I mean, it's nothing too special, but there's a few coins we can get. Also in the pack, you see Dani Ceballos and Lautaro Martinez are 2 players that will definitely make it on the bench. Maybe even a starting team with Ceballos for the time being. And then there's some more bronze stuff. And that Ivanildo Fernandez from last episode has all sold on. We're sitting on 42.5k now. And since we do have that slight influx of coins, I went ahead and spent probably too much. 1,000 for the badge, 700 for the away kit, and the home kit ended up costing me 3,000 coins. But it's fine by me. But yeah, the first game of this episode was played out then. There's the team up against this one. We're just going to skip the result where you can see that I win 3-1. Another 1,000 coins in there just from the match. I have a few matches like that this episode. But for now, as we're still sitting on 38k, we need to add some players to our team. Because I decided to switch up the formation to a winger one. Got Mahrez for one. Obviously we need a left winger, but for now, Mane is the only one in the Liverpool team. And we don't have 350k yet. So we'll do the next best thing. Xherdan Shaqiri, 4.7k. I'll be sticking him on the right with Mahrez on the left. And then went ahead and bought another player, Naby Keita. He only costed us around 2k. And we'll go straight into our starting 11, which you can see now. We're in the 4-3-3, 4th variation. It's the attack one. It's looking quite good so far. And because of that, we're actually going to go through the game here with our first game with these in. We're up against another 4-3-3. It's a Bundesliga team, a very good Bundesliga team as well. We only get the first main chance in this in the 30th minute. Shaqiri de Origi. Ox runs on through. It's a very trampy goal, but it had to be done. It was a very even game. But just before half time, Delaney strolls on through, collects the ball and hits it into the bottom left to tie it up at 1-1. And that was the score for the rest of the game pretty much up until stoppage time in the 90th minute. Ball's played out to the right wing. Shaqiri cuts in, hits it on his left peg, and what a finish to win us the match 2-1. Absolutely brilliant. That match also got us the first step in the milestone for rivals. Just a 2-player pack where we get Vallejo. Before we're going to another game here where it's just going to be the result, as you can see, we end up losing 4-2 against a team that probably wasn't a team to lose to, but there you go. And then after that I went ahead and opened some more bronze packs with the coins we had. Let's fill up our trade pile once again. And then went ahead with my remaining coins to do a bit more trading. It was a mixture really of both methods I showed off last episode, the mass bidding and the 1-2-3. And before we go through the players here, you can see that a lot of bronze stuff has sold. We have a lot more still to go, so there's plenty of coins coming in. But you can see we picked up 2 players with the 1-2-3 method, which is Memphis Depay and Rakitic. And there's a mass bidding on Decore. He's a player that's not worth that much, so it was easy to pick him up. Obviously not as much profit per card, but it all adds up. So we'll start here with this Rakitic, who we picked up for 8.8k, and we were able to list him up for 10.5. Then Memphis Depay here we got for 14,250. I was able to list up for 16.5. And these Decores here, this first one was actually pretty good. We got for 800, up for 1,500. Then this next one we got for 1,200. This one I thought to put up for 1.6k. The ones that were up in the market for 1.6k had about 30 minutes to go, so they were all getting picked up before time expired. So I knew I could get that. but 1,500 they were selling instantly. It just sort of mixed up a little depending on what I paid, and it's just more and more decorations getting picked up. And we've got a few things that were sold here. The Depay actually did sell on there. In fact, he sold on instantly, but I accidentally cleared him from a trade pile of like getting to record it. But you can see a few decorations did sell there, along with loads of bronze stuff just over and over, just every couple of minutes. Right here, you can see I've started doing it with Perrin from Juventus as well. Not having anywhere near as much luck to pick them up, where you can see that the decorations is just 1.5 there, with a few more to go. Again, just listing them up for 1,500 to 1,600 coins. And I'm winning them on bid for pretty much 1.2k or less. You see a couple for 850, 900, and then a couple obviously for that 1.2k. And yeah, just sort of kept doing that, picking out different players that were between 1,000 to 3,000 coin really, because that's where I'm having the most luck. Next player I was doing with Fireman, going up to about 1.5k of them, listing for 1.8. You can see there I won a massive batch of them, some for very nice deals as well. And I was just rinse and repeat constantly with any players I can get a hold of. I basically use the same player until it gets to the point where I keep getting outbid, or just move to a different one. That was the case there. I was using Decore, started getting outbid heaps, moved on the Fireman, and then right here, started getting outbid heaps on the Fireman. Next player I go for is Lautaro Martinez, another very cheap one, not making as many coins per card, but because it's literally no risk trading, may as well take the coins while I can. Again, there's a massive batch of Lautaro Martinez's, and here's the sold stuff. You can see we're sitting on 42k, which is very good, as you can see when we get to the end here. Now Rakitic is still yet to sell, which will be another 10k coming in. And before we see what we're at with that, we've got another couple of games here which is going to be results. And yeah, while that happens, if you're enjoying the video so far, it'd be so massively appreciated if you drop a like on it. Genuinely will mean the world to me. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. I'm hoping this series is going to go very well with some of the trading methods we're going to try out. I've got a couple more to try out very soon, once you get the slightly higher amount of coins. And also, if you want to see more in detail separate trading videos, let me know, like tutorials and stuff like that, how to do them properly. I'll be fine doing that. Obviously, some of the ones that are really effective, such as the bronze stack method, as you can see here, we did a lot more, filled up the trade pile again. Sold a decent batch here, along with 2 more Martinez's and the Rakitic, and we're already over 62k, which is quite frankly unreal, especially because there's so much more stuff to sell, and because it was working so well to try a couple more players with mass bidding, Lanzini and Baldi di Alcaita. Didn't really pick up as many, but anywhere near as many to be fair, a couple of each, but they do sell on regardless. We're very close to 65k now, and at this point I decided, because I had quite a few non-rare golds in my club that I was probably never going to use, I decided to trade every single one of them in, and I managed to get 5 of the packs to open. The first one with fire open here, we got boards or a walkout, ended up being a walkout, but again it's a pretty dead walkout. It is Danny Parejo, 86 rated, around 10-15k, but he's untradeable, and I was finding very handy for an SBC that we will do later on in the episode. That will also date the recording of this, but you know, I just had to make sure the trade methods work before I fire up a video. So that's how you can know basically that the methods that I use in this series are 100% working, because I want to pretty much ensure that it works consistently. But yeah, that was pretty much the only good pack we got, the Parejo there. And that leads us on to the next SBC here, where we do trade in the Parejo in the second part, and that was the player of the month, Pookie. Every single player I trade in here is all first owner, so I was perfectly fine with doing it. It's essentially a free card, and they had the second team there. Parejo was in there. Guys, the rating up to 82, no bother. And then the 2 premium gold packs from it. The first one we actually get Mesut Ozil, who again we could sell, but this time we're going to keep. He's going to be a player we're going to use for a wee while. Then the second pack, we got nothing. But yeah, that leads us on to a brand new lineup. It's not that new to be fair. We just swapped Ozil in for Ox, and then Pookie in for Origi. And it's just looking better and better the more we go. So we will go in the first match that we actually use this team with. Again, we're against a team with inform Malin up top. And sure enough, in the first 5 minutes, Bergwijn's running in, squares it to David Neres, and we're 1-0 down. That's fine. Riyad Mahrez is in here. He's not getting caught. Hits with a finesse. Very nice finish there to level us up just after the 10th minute. Then it's Shaqiri in. A drill on the ground. Pookie gets his first goal for the club just before half time. And in the second half, it's Malin running at us. Uncatchable. Smacks it at Durrani, makes a save, but the rebound falls straight to him. For him just to finish it off. But down the other end, we're in again with our sub Don Lautaro Martinez. Very good player, him. Pretty much the same thing that happened to me there, where my keeper saves it straight back at me, and we go 3-2 in the lead. But again, pretty much in kick-off there. Malin's in again. Takes a shot. It's a save from Adrian again. But Bergwijn runs straight into it. Finished it off to level up again. For that to be the final score at 3-3. So not too bad there. And again, right here you can see more prawn stuff sold on. We're nearly at 70k now. We're blasting through it. And another game here which is going to be results for completing level 9 on the season objectives, where we get a gold players pack. Didn't think we were going to get anything good in this pack. And as you can see, we open it. We get boards. Brazilian. As soon as I saw that, I was just hoping for the badge to be what I wanted. And yep, it was West Ham. Felipe Anderson. We've got ourselves a left winger, and a very good one in that. Obviously he's very expensive in the market at the moment, but that pack is untradeable. And just as we hit 70k, I went out and spent 2 of it on Anfield. So finally got pretty much the cosmetic stuff for Liverpool sorted now. And then a couple more players out their squad. Jordan Henderson for 3.7 and Joe Gomez for 3.5. To then have this as their new team. Felipe Anderson, Pukki and Mahrez as the attackers. Strong midfield and Ozil, Hendo and Naby Keita. For a couple more games there is going to be results. And a couple more things sold on here. We're back up to 65k. And just purely because it was there, I went out and paid the League of Nations Basics SBC. It's a few essentially free packs, so why not? The silver one. Obviously not going to expect much. Any players that had a bit of worth, I just listed up. I mean, I may as well at this point. It's easy coins, especially if it's a lot of silver players like that. And then in this pack, I ended up getting boards. It was only Dusan Tadic though. And the rest of the packs were pretty dead. Didn't really get much in them, but that's fine. We essentially spent nothing on the SBC itself. But before we let them sell, we went in and did some more mass bidding after that. Got some Farmans again, a couple of Gabamans. They're the players that were working most for me at this point. I then tried to find out what it would be for Mario Hermoso here, because he was going for around 1.4, but while I was checking, found one for 1.2, just sniped him. It's only a 150 coin profit, not even. But because I did pick that one up, I just tried it a couple of seconds just trying to snipe him again, and you can see there we find another one for 1.1, which you pick up, a little bit for 1.4 once again, and you can see more stuff selling there. I was constantly bringing in more coins, and you can see now the whole list of players that we did sell on. Some from the packs, which is mostly duplicates that I already had that I just didn't sell the first time around, along with the players from the mass bidding and 2 Hermosos that were also from the snipes. But you may be wondering why we're only at 5.8k. I mean, yeah, obviously we've got a couple more players to sell there, but when we hop in your transfer targets here, you can see we have 4 more players won, all in forms. Our first special card deals of the series. We'll get one caller off here for 12,750, who listed up for 15,750. And the second caller off we've got for 13,750. This one listed up for slightly more at 16k. Then James Madison for 25,250, up for 27,250. Not a lot of profit in that one, but it's profit, so can't really complain. Then finally this Thuram got for 17,250, up for 18,750. And that is where we're going to end off this episode. While we're waiting for them to sell, I do just open a couple more bronze packs with the remaining coins, because it's just guaranteed profit. But yeah, we'll find out what those players sell for in the next episode. So yeah, here's the list on screen of the players we've got so far. We're getting very close to just needing the expensive players. Marking it all off nicely. If you enjoyed the video, once again, it would be so massively appreciated if you drop a like on it. Any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll get straight back to you. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. The background music, as always, is by Owen. Links to his stuff in the description as well. But yeah, as I say, that is the end of this episode. And again, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you next time.